This is day 1683 of the Arukh HaShulchan. The only day doing Evan Ezra, Siman Chav Aleph. Siv Ches, Siman Chav Beis, Siv Gimel. Ches. Ein Shalom Mishlo Misha Cloud. You can't greet a woman at all. I feel they shliach, even through a shliach. I feel they balo also shloch shlomi, even through a husband. You're not allowed to send her words of greeting. Amut Yishol Belabah, but you can ask her husband, Ech Shloma, how is she doing? Time change Shalom Mishlo Misha. The reason why you can't inquire as to the, literally inquire as to the piece of woman, but it means to greet her. Shem Toshel Shalom. Even by greeting her, I feel they shliach through into a shliach. You were dealing Zem Zebi about the Chiba. They're going to come to be familiar with each other and come to some affectionate behavior. Visa, according to this, it's a rak b'shel shom shesh of das v'ava. The prohibition only be by a greeting which has some sort of affection and some sort of love involvement. And say good morning, chai gavna, and so similar things. Near thy nisr, it seems there's no prohibition. To ask somebody else how is so and so woman doing? Usually, some say the gams are de balashari. Some people say it's only through via a husband, like the acher, not through somebody else. So those mekaykek v'yesh b'terem, those are permitted. That's the bach. Shalisha shlom isha, to ask a woman how her husband is doing. Sure, that's permissible. It's a marsha. But see that pezayin. V'yesh rotim le'asor medam kol b'isha erba. There's those who want to answer this type of discussion because of kol b'isha erba. Fein nera does not seem correct. The Stam Dibor, lo ne'asar manoshim, regular talk is not forbidden with women. Rak a rave, only if it's a pleasant voice, from which the listener derives pleasure, which is presumed to be singing. Pros shalom l'zigosech, and to write in a letter, extend peace to your spouse over tamar shalom l'zigosech, or tell or give peace to your spouse. Also, zeh shel aidei bala. That's Shela Shalom through her husband. But I thought that's okay. Doesn't sound like I guess specifically it was affectionate greetings. But to inquire how she's doing in a letter, mutar darei shola bala shloma. So to ask how she's supposed to extend greetings, that would be okay. Read the kalas about Choso, his daughter, and even his daughter-in-law and his sister near day in Easter clouds, no problem at all. Shelo Shalom, Shalom, inquiring in greeting them. Lo Shabbat Kiruv Das. It's not considered to be affection. The Derech Eretz Kenu, it's just normal. Sha'ov Shalom Zaro, father inquires as to the peace of his progeny. V'chovu love, it's obligatory upon him. V'chein achi b'lachosa, so the brother and sister. V'koyin em elotol kofi das das v'yoshemayim. All this has to do with common sense. And Yerushalayim Yitzor Nichna B'Kofuflo, if his Yitzor is subjugated and subordinate to him, Ein Malatina Belibo Klau, it doesn't provoke any inappropriate thoughts in his heart. Ein Chashav Shel Shalom, there's no problem with inquiring. Quotes here in the brackets, the famous Ritva in Kedushin Pei Beis says everything about these ochs is relative. Belisha, that's why I find Belisha Sha'amar L'Masharso said to his servant, Roots not across, go out towards the Roman, Omar and Seder, Seder Hashalomach, are you at peace? Ach Mishamein Raya, but there it's no proof. Because there he did everything based on what Hakadosh Baruch Hu told him. Because he was a navi. I'm not sure what proof there is that specific activity was based on the Vua. Tzarchim b'Matzia Peizayin Amarav El Tzarchim and Michsi B'Tor the maiden Medicaid Gam Melisha Raya. Not sure what he's referring to there, but that's in brackets. Matzia Da Peizayin. Whatever that is. Whatever it is. All right, I don't know what he's referring to there. A test. Ein l'tma minig shalon cholfus yisog shabam ba'bais based on ba'bais. You cannot be astounded at the custom in all the exiles of Israel when guests come to a house of a homeowner and Rachel ba'bais and the wife of the ba'bas honors them. Machilon gives them teeth. Mashkan gives them drink. Mozegas them kosers and pours them cups. Amish tam shivisha. I now allowed to use a woman. The Amish Israel cloud says no prohibition is off. Only ba'bais mason goes out saying about by sitting with them. That Rehi Mishamesh Levanav, she's serving really her husband by extension. Now, if you remember him, he's not sitting with them. Came and so derech shimush karbus. She's not doing this as a form of affection and neachnos as orchim, but because of hosting guests. They shalem mutal kol tzarei because it's incumbent upon her to do all the household chores. Ain't Isra B'Dover, there's no prohibition in the matter. So too in the inn, when the mistress of the inn pours the cups to the guests, Ein Zeder Shimush is Karvus is not considered to be a form of affection or affectionate service. El Der Shir is just a way of professional service. Your Kasa Ramam Zal Ram writes, Machabik Echas Miraish Ainli Bushalom Nokfalem, somebody embracing one of the rights who a person does not feel particular affection for, or Shanashak Lachas Man, or kissing with them, Konachos Agdola, such as his older sister, Bachos Imo, and his aunt, etc. Abish ain't sham taiva v'lo no cloud, even though there's no desire and no pleasure. I raise him going to be Yisr. It's very repugnant. Whatever also is forbidden. Ma'aser tipshim, it's an act of stupidity or act of stupid people. She ain't craving lair of a cloud. You don't draw, don't become close to an erev at all. Being dol mekdal, whether it's an adult or a child. Chutz me'em leave no, except for a mother to a son, v'av lito, and a father to a daughter. Ketzad mutar av l'chabek bito and nashka. How so? A father is allowed to embrace his daughter and kiss her with tishanim or kirbas and close, sleep with her in close proximity. Chena emim not so to a mother with a son. Calls mentioning time as long as they're minors. He do if they became adults. Nasa ben gadol, the son has become an adult. Babas gadol, and the daughter has become an adult. At shiyu shadaim nechonu v'tzarach tzipeh, to the point that she has her breasts have grown in place and her hair of her private parts has grown. Each one can't sleep undressed. They can sleep in their clothing in proximity. If there's a daughter is embarrassed to stand in for her father naked, she needs to, so if she's married. And the mother's embarrassed to stand in front of her son naked. Even though they're minors, once they reach the point of embarrassment, you can't sleep with them unless you are covered. Particular Ben says designed the says copies and designed Torah Kasa Bashir Shikdilu. The Torah writes that the shear of being an adult Sheyesh Labasi Avshara is when the daughter is 11, Ben Yubeshana, and the son is 12. But if she's reached puberty before this time, also says also prior to this time. Tavli Sham Bakir Basa also. Simply sleeping undressed, which is also. But embracing and kissing is permissible, mutter. But if she's married, asura filu shiktana legamri, then it's also even if she's completely a complete minor. I'm not sure what's also. I don't know what it's referring to. I guess it's sleeping undressed. I'm not sure what difference it makes. Arias is Arias. Yeshin Bas Beno, Bas Bito, some say a granddaughter through a daughter. Dina Kabito is like a daughter. But Dina Choso Aktana, also a minor sister. Ktana Bas Yeshoshan, less than 3 years old. The Koshkin Bas Beno is certainly the daughter of a son. I'm not sure why it's a Koshkin. This is from the Bach, the Chosmo Beishmo. The Imbala base Beno becomes the house of his son, Mikalso his daughter in law, or the base Chasano, the son of the house of his daughter in law, Uvito and his daughter. I'm sorry. The Imbala base Beno becomes the house of his son and daughter in law. The base Chasano Vito, or the house of his son in law and daughter. Mechabe Vumiyakir Benem, and he shows affection and appreciation for the sons, the same their daughters. I feel no if he takes them in his lap, the Karmasa Shem Shemaim, and he's doing this for the sake of heaven. Last supposed to to give pleasure to their parents. Ancient Mr. Vadav, there's no prohibition. The great Chachamim did this, and the end of Kiddushin. Klal Gadol Mu Chazal. So I said a great principle. Shosham over there. Kol Shem Shemaim, everything for the sake of heaven. And it's a lot of common sense is involved in all these halachas. Raka says, "Ein shom places mashkos dalzanu somchim." We rely on this. Kol Shem Shemaim. In makom shishach l'shem Shemaim k'mayis the Rav Chisda. L'tzor makom shishach l'shem Shemaim k'mayis the Rav Chisda, which I think is way about his affection towards his grandchildren. K'vein k'fi mashkos have sif tes chayitz. And so the way he wrote about sif tes, about the achnas sorchim, or lo binyan acher, but not in everything. In other words, some things Kol Shem Shemaim applies, something it doesn't. But he's not being specific. My hunch is that a lot of these things in Simcha Alf They would say that. I don't know. He says test. Obviously, he's trying to test in Yud. It sounds like Ches also says the same thing. So everything here requires a healthy dose of common sense. Chabes, dine isur yichud, the prohibition of yichud. Uh, the Aleph. Also, is yachid im erva. You're not allowed to include yourself if an erva and a rayas of any erva ben zkein ben yalda, whether it's an elderly erva, a young erva, but shadov is a gram legalos erva. Seclusion causes you to be involved in some licentious behavior. Chutz mehem min beno, except for a mother with a son of a bito and a father with a daughter. There is no desire like there is by other rights. You're allowed to live with a son or daughter on a permanent basis. As a brother and sister, they're allowed to be seclusion on occasion. Because they're not supposed to live together on a permanent basis. A husband with his wife who's in Nida, they're allowed to be in seclusion, since she's going to be permitted after time. Any Yitzhak the Yitzhak does not attack him so strenuously. But the Torah testifies, as it says, bordered by roses. Even if it's a hedge of roses, she go drew. If that is all that fences them in, Leviton Barotzos, they're not going to break breaches in that wall. Immediately when she says to her husband, "I saw blood which is red like a rose," Miyad Paresh immediately separates from her. So the hedge of roses is the dam of Nida. Chazan Shapirsa Kalos and Nida Chazan, who came Nida Kadan Shabala for their relations. Asi Siachim was now have to be secluded with her Ben She Basula, whether she's a virgin, Ben Amara Grusha, or whether she's a widow or divorcee. Ali Shana Ben Anashim, she has to sleep among the women. Vishem Anashim, he has to sleep among the men. Came Adai Labola, since he hasn't had relations with her, he used to talk for his Yetzor, attacks him. In Bala Bir Rishona, therefore they had relations once. Then she comes to me, Mutis Yachnima, the allowed to be secluded. You're there, Sim Kutsai base, he's buried in Zeb Pratius and Chum. This may explain you're there. Ubepunia Nida, he erva Kakala Rayas. A woman who is not married, who is Anita, is an erva like any other erva. Base, Isa Yichamin Atera. The version of seclusion is the right. So Kaktosh Chazal. Chazal expound from the condition that pay for a pasuk. Kischa Chicha. If you'll be seduced, there it's to serve avodah zarah by achicha ben imecha, by your brother, the son of your mother, or bincha, or your son, or bitcha, or your daughter, or ish or the wife of your wife, reacha, or your friend, Hashem shecha, who's like yourself, the seiser in secret more to tell you go serve avodah zarah. Go back. This tells you ben misachedi a son can be schooled with his mother, but us isachim kol rayis but not with any other rayis. Biyad varim, the explanation is michsiv achicha ben imecha, your brother, son of your mother, obincha, or your son, obitecha, or your daughter, or your wife. Lokas nami achicha choscha. It doesn't say your brother or your sister. They came in a slasi b'seiser, since this persuasion from Surah Babazar is in secret. You can see what it says. These all can be in seclusion. A father, a son can be in seclusion with his mother, and a father with a daughter. And a man with a wife, a husband and wife, but not brother with sister. I guess not on a permanent base, like we said. Your mother in seclusion, says your daughter in seclusion. Besides them, a person can be in seclusion with his mother and live with her. He beat up with his daughter and live with her. With his sister, he can't live with her. They can be in seclusion, but they can't live together. Presumably, the persuasion to worship Avodah Zarah takes place over time, so it's not a one-time shot deal, and therefore it'll be therefore it's going to say that yes, a brother and sister might be able to seclude occasionally, but not on an ongoing basis. But Christ and again, that it says here, it's occasionally, it's okay. Which could sound like we said. The prohibition also applies not just to rights which have chorus and misa, but one also which they're chayav lavin, which is just a lab. Somebody is stringent and yichud with his sister, may he be blessed. Does not, however, bring this about yichud with a brother with sister, even though Gemara does make it explicit. Kimok Shira Maisa Amnon, but tomorrow when the story happened with Amnon and the Tamar, where Tamar was raped by Amnon, her half sibling. Because of David and Basin, David and his basin made a decree that you're not allowed to be secluded even with an unmarried woman, even if she's a minor who doesn't yet is not yet nida. To be yesh because if she has a cycle of nida, hare erba mnei nidas is in erba on account of her nida. It's the same like Red said. Even though she's not strictly speaking an erba, it's included in the prohibition of yichud of arayas. Lav the kodem l'zaya mutu yichud gomer. It's not that before David made the decree that absolute seclusion was permitted. The of Shalom can't say the pshita is no karvel avoid the avera. That is likely to come to a sin. They're not even allowed to dance together. So it says bachurim gamslos, boys and also girls will dance separate, which implications separately. As opposed to Kadim Norim, which means old men and young boys will dance together. The pasuk in Telekov Memches the same pasuk as here. Loksi bachrim slos doesn't say boys with girls. Shmami nadleach yachem ochof, and this you do that to go dance together. Bachrim sula, the young man and young woman. Us Instagram is absolutely forbidden. Chem besov shoftim. So the shoftim it says by tzibus b'nei binyamin lemor. They commanded the remaining males of Binyamin, saying, "L'chul b'arav the Mekramim, go and lay ambush in the vineyards. V'hisem you'll see v'nei miyotzu b'no shil l'chul. If those shil go out to dance, kimucholos in the circles. Yitzasim in Akramim, we should go out from the vineyards of Chataftem and seize them. Why shouldn't they dance together? Vayda said we so dance together is completely prohibited. Isagamru v'lo yimenichim b'no shil shisarvu men. She would not have allowed the men to join them in the circles. That's what she said, hide in the ambush. And she goes to Ava Yichud right. So but David and Beis Dino, they made a decree even on a temporary Yichud. Come over by Rias, like by Rias. So evidently the seclusion on a regular basis or permanent basis, that was also even beforehand. They also even occasional Yichud, which was I guess mutter before, like my brother and sister. This now became also. That's Ryan writes that it's included in Yichud Arayos. Klamar, I feel Yichud Arayos or even occasionally Yichud Sarser. Mashisiachta Rus and Boaz, hi Rus and Boaz were secluded together. Pishai so it says she said, I wanted her to marry. She wanted him to marry her, as in fact happened. So it was like a raw shot type thing. Shama Vil goes with Yichud Kutis. Shama, even though it was, I guess, and after David Bezim makes there, that would be also as well. It's only because it was before and then she could do it. Shama goes with Yichud Kutis. Shama made the decree not to be schooled with a non-Jewish woman. Abba Yichud right, and again, also even an occasional seclusion. Mobar is just like a rice. So therefore comes out if anybody is secluded with a woman with whom he's not allowed to be secluded, Ben Israel, whether it's Jewish, Ben Israel is not Jewish, Makin Shtei Makas Mardus, you flog both of them. Ishva Isha, whom a man and woman. You announce what's happening. They advise or embarrass them. Nevertheless, ain't osim as a woman is not forbidden to marry a Kohen. Avis yachtim psula possibly also even she was seclusion with somebody who's worthy to have relations would make a pasul kuna. The only time we don't make an announcement and don't make a public spectacle is by a woman who is actually married. Shabi she's yachtim she was inclusion ain't look so we don't flog her. Not to produce rumors on her children. That they'll say that he had relations with her, and these are relations for that children from those illicit relations. If she sinned, but had her children sin. It's only a suspicion on Bia. Yeshim though so malkin, some say you flog the male. Yeshim some say the Kamasoy malkin that you also don't flog the male. Because if you flog him, people find out. They say about her son, Shem Amzer. Much Kasav and Simon Chafav, Steve Gimel, the Kshever, Pesach, Chashuda, Malkin, so now it says that if somebody walks past the opening of a woman with whom we suspect to have relations, Malkin, so that we give Malchus, my opinion, say, that woman is not married. Okay, that's it for today.